When walking into our kitchen, we wanted it to be clean and functional and have character and charm. So in today's video, we're going to talk through everything we've done to our kitchen and explain why we did it. So let's start off with why. Why did we choose to convert our lounge into our kitchen?
We knew when we bought our house that we were going to knock down the old conservatory and build a nice new modern extension which would be used as our lounge. And originally we were just going to update and upgrade the old existing kitchen and then change the old lounge into a dining room.
But after lots of consideration, we decided that using this whole room as a dining room was just a little bit of a waste for us personally.
When we built our extension, we thought that having an open plan communal space downstairs would be really nice. So we basically decided to convert the old lounge into a kitchen, so the whole downstairs felt all connected.
The kitchen, which is trashed as well. This was a kitchen and it was going to be a kitchen, but it's not going to be a kitchen anymore. So if we go back into here, this was the lounge, believe it or not, and it's now going to be the kitchen. And if you're wondering about the old kitchen, that is going to be converted into a super useful space, but we haven't even started tackling that yet.
So we came up with a whole bunch of different design ideas for our actual kitchen before we actually chose this one. And the thing is that this room is actually slightly difficult to sort of design around. We've got 3 doors on 3 different walls and also a chimney on that 4th wall. And way before we even got the extension done, we kind of worked out the look and design of this kitchen because we wanted to make sure that it all flowed through into the new extension. We came up with ideas of bringing a breakfast bar into here, maybe putting an island in, but actually adding those things into the actual kitchen, which would have been really nice, just seemed to add a bit of a bottleneck when you kind of walked through the kitchen, and it didn't really flow very well.
We also even thought of the extremes about taking the back wall out and even taking the chimney out.
But the thing is, by doing that, we'd actually lose a lot of space, a lot of storage, a lot of worktop space, because this pillar here and here would have to stay because we wouldn't be able to take this whole chimney out because it goes all the way up through the house and out through the top of the roof. So we would have to put a lintel in up here to hold all the bricks in.
But due to the amount of time, labour and money this would have taken, these things just aren't really doable.
Before we actually moved into this house, we used to live in a small little 1-bed flat with a tiny little kitchen which had no worktop space and basically no storage. So the main reason why we've gone for this sort of layout is to try to utilise the space to get the most amount of storage and the most amount of worktop space on top. So finally we came up with the design we've actually gone for. To us, this design has the best use of practical space, the most amount of storage possible for the room, and even space for our small table that doesn't compromise the flow of the room.
So when it came to designing our kitchen, it was during lockdown, so we couldn't just go to a kitchen specialist or designer. So us being us, we thought we would try designing our own kitchen.
And because we designed the entire kitchen ourselves, this meant that we could order the whole thing online, which we did through the IKEA website.
So the reason we chose IKEA is because we could order everything online without having to wait and go into a shop. They also have more sustainable choices, and the cabinet fronts we chose are made from recycled wood and recycled plastic bottles.
And once ordered, the kitchen arrived in 4 different deliveries over a 6-week period. And when the deliveries turned up, I built the cabinets myself. And being from IKEA meant it was actually super easy to build them, and we were both really impressed with the build quality and the feel of these cabinets. They look and perform really, really nicely. I'm super impressed with just like the action and like the soft close and stuff. And at no stage of the kitchen design or even building the actual cabinets had I even considered installing and fitting the kitchen myself. But I thought, hey, why not give it a go? And when I started to install these cabinets, one thing which I really liked is that these IKEA cabinets are designed to connect to the wall via a rail. This kind of bracket here with the hooks on it actually hook over this bracket. So as long as we put this bracket on the wall all nice and level, we know that every single cupboard which is going to hook over this bracket is going to be perfectly flat and perfectly level. And I probably made that sound a little bit easier than it actually was to install these cabinets. I mean, this is an old house, the walls are all like kind of twisted and crooked, nothing's really square, so it did take me some time to actually fit this kitchen.
The fridge is the only appliance we bought from IKEA, and that's because it was on sale. We bought the rest of the appliances from elsewhere, and that's because we had particular brands in mind and IKEA didn't sell them.
So we knew when we designed this kitchen that we wanted an integrated extractor, basically so we didn't have to look at it. And we also had to make sure that we got a powerful enough one to take the steam and smells away, as we didn't want a recirculating one, as our kitchen is now in the middle of the house. So if I press this here, you're not going to see anything because there's an extractor is extracting the air out of it. Hollie's doing a demo. Look at that.
It
We
works.
basically got extraction.
So we've put a few things into this house to make it a smart house, and the kitchen is no exception. So we decided we wanted to buy some smart appliances. The hob and the extractor are both by AEG, so when the hob is turned on, the extractor light turns on automatically. And it can also automatically change the extraction level. When deciding on an oven, I chose Neff, and that's mainly because my mum has a Neff oven and it's great. The oven I chose also has lots of features, including a steam function and being able to turn it on from my phone. We didn't want the microwave on the worktop or in an overhead cabinet, so we opted for an under-counter one. So our choice was a little limited as we wanted the look to match the oven. So we also got a matching Neff microwave, which can also be used as an oven, and yep, I can control it from my phone. And finally, the dishwasher we chose has a time light which shines the remaining time on the floor. The door can also open automatically during the drying phase to save energy. And yes, I can control it from my phone, however, unfortunately, there is no feature to put the dishes away once they're clean.
There is. It's called me. And because this dishwasher is a Neff dishwasher and the door front is an IKEA door front, it meant fitting these two together a little bit tricky. This is because the door sizes don't match up, so we had to get a sliding mechanism from IKEA to make it work. And finally, we also got the sink and the tap from IKEA, and we chose these to match our black appliances. And we think these look super smart, but no, they're not actually smart. Hollie can't control them from her phone. Okay, so now let's talk about our worktops. And we knew from quite early on with the design stage of this kitchen that we wanted nice solid wooden worktops, and there's a few reasons why.
One of them was for the eco and sustainability side. The wood is sustainably sourced, and being solid wood means there isn't any plastic on the worktops. Also, we featured a lot of natural looking wood throughout the rest of the house, so having wood and oak worktops has meant the consistency has flowed throughout the house.
And that is another reason why we wanted to keep the brick fireplace, as it keeps the original characteristics of the house, but also ties together the brick texture, which again runs throughout the house.
I think the brickwork looks amazing. I'm so glad we kept it and didn't just plaster over it. I think that is one of our best decisions, to be honest.
And for us, having these subtle consistencies run throughout the house, like the brick texture and the nice natural wood, really feels like this whole house has been designed together and not just like random bits and bobs placed in each room.
But back to the worktops. Ta-da! Our worktop is here and it looks amazing. I am so pleased with it. And waiting for them to be fitted is where we had a major delay, as we couldn't find a carpenter to install them for about 3 months.
And I know a lot of people kept asking us the question, why are you not actually going to attempt to fit the worktops yourselves? And there's a very easy answer for that. I am not skilled enough to even attempt to do those worktops. I don't have the right tools, don't have the right equipment, don't have the right knowledge to do anything like that. Fitting the worktops is a very, very skilled job, and you need to be a very good carpenter to do the worktops. We waited 3 months for the carpenter or a carpenter to come out and fit the worktops, and we are so glad that we waited 3 months for them to do it and that we didn't attempt to do it ourselves. What
what do we think of the kitchen? And I have to say I am over the moon with it. I just can't wait to get used to using all of the appliances and finding out where the hell I put everything in all of our cupboards.
And for me, I personally absolutely love it. I think it's incredible and it's exactly what we imagined. Like, go back 7 months ago, maybe even longer ago, whenever we designed the kitchen, probably last year actually. We have done probably about 1 million different designs over the last year, and way before we even got the extension done, we kind of worked out the look and design of this kitchen because we wanted to make sure that it all flowed through into the new extension. What we designed is now come to life, and it's exactly what we imagined. All of the like textures of the wood, the actual cabinets, the use of it, the appliances, everything is exactly what we wanted, and we are in love. It's been a few days since we've actually had the kitchen like finished, and it just doesn't quite seem real. No. We're like,
we can make a cup of tea.
Yeah, we're still kind of getting used to it and stuff, trying to find out where things are because it's a new kitchen and things are like everywhere. But we would love to know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think of our new kitchen?
So the kitchen isn't quite 100% finished.
Obviously.
We still have to decide on our under cabinet lighting, and we're going to treat ourselves to a new kettle and new toaster that aren't bright green.
And we want to do a few other things within the kitchen as well. For instance, want to get a glass splashback to put behind the induction hob, so when Hollie's doing her very messy, splashy cooking, it doesn't go all over the walls. And also we're thinking that we want to get some kind of colour or some artwork into the actual kitchen as well, because the wall over here just feels a little bit white and a little bit clinical. So we want to get some kind of art, but we don't know what we want to get yet, so we haven't just rushed in and bought anything. We want something that kind of means something to us, and we've even considered maybe printing our own, maybe like Instagram pictures onto some prints to put onto the wall to kind of really make it feel like it's our home. But like the whole rest of the house it's constantly evolving and constantly changing.
And if you're wondering what we're doing with the old kitchen, we will be tackling that soon enough.
So why don't you comment down below as well if you kind of want to guess what we're going to do out there. I don't think we've actually ever revealed the main use of that room. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think we're going to be doing out there. And if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button to follow our house renovation series. And until next time, see you soon.